Hi there! In this video I'm going to take you through the steps of making the Shrimp Tagliatelle recipe in the Philips Multicooker. Okay, here's what you'll need for this recipe. Chives, frozen shrimp uncooked, not peeled, cream, olive oil, white wine, 4 cloves of garlic, an onion, salt and pepper, a chicken stock cube, and tagliatelle. So here I'm just removing the skins, the outer part of the garlic with my handy dandy garlic removing rubber tool. Not sure what it's called, but I love it. And you just rub the garlic in there and take off the peel. And then for this recipe it needs to be minced garlic and onion. So I took out my other handy dandy green mincing tool here, and I'm just putting the garlic in there and giving it some twists back and forth, and it really makes a really wonderful minced garlic in like seconds. See, there you go, minced garlic without any of the smell on your fingers. So I'm just emptying that into a bowl, and I'm gonna get ready to mince up my onion. Okay, time to chop up the onion. So I just remove the outer ends and all the peel from the onion. Then I cut it into quarter sections, and I try mincing up the onion in this little thing, but I realize it's gonna take forever. Like, it does work, but if I keep doing that and just putting a little teeny piece in like that, is gonna take forever. So I just whip out my handy dandy Vitamix and I decide to pulse the onions in there. And the process really went so much faster because I literally pulsed it like 3 or 4 times and it was done. So next it's time to take care of the shrimp. I just defrosted them by pouring cool water over them and letting them sit there for a little bit. And these are super easy to peel shrimp. I figured out a process that goes really fast. I'm going to show it to you here. So you pinch off the tail, try to get as much as you can into the center, and then simply pinch the legs and pull them off, and you can peel these shrimps in a super fast way. So here are all the ingredients laid out ready for me to put them into the multi-cooker. The chives and the shrimp, and I've got the cream and the water and the onion and garlic all minced there, the bouillon cube, salt and pepper, wine, olive oil, and the tagliatelle is also ready to go. Okay, so I have the multi-cooker out and plugged in for the very first time, and I cleaned out the bowl in there, and I have all my ingredients here. The first step is press menu, select brown saute on the multi-cooker, and set the cooking time to 20 minutes. Brown saute and then cooking time, 20 minutes. Okay, now that the machine is set, I got out my Made with Love heart-shaped spoon here because we have to make this recipe with love. And I've decided to put some brown mushrooms in with this recipe, so we'll see how this goes because I'm altering it a little bit. So now it's time to put some olive oil in the pan and saute the onions and the garlic. Okay, so while that's sizzling away, it's time to also put in the shrimp and saute the onion and the garlic together with the shrimp. So as those things sizzle away, the next step is to pour in the cream, wine, water, and tagliatelle, and then let simmer for 10 minutes. And then if you're going to add mushrooms, now is the time to add them, or sooner. So here I just cook the mushrooms, shrimp, onions, and garlic for a total of 5 minutes. So right about now is when you add the white wine and the water and the cream and the pasta. And later I discover this is the time when you add the bouillon cube, even though it's not included in the recipe. Is that a dash? I want enough for flavor. Boom, okay. Okay, after that dash, in goes the water, as well as in goes all the tagliatelle. And as I said before, this is the part where you would put the bouillon cube in, even though it is not written in the recipe. All right, it says leave to simmer for 10 minutes, but stir halfway through. So I'm supposed to be stirring right now because I screwed up the time. So because I had to cook everything a little bit longer because of those mushrooms, I only had 6 minutes left and it needed to cook for 10. So what you have to do is start the whole process over like you did at the beginning. Press menu and then cook, and then scroll down to brown saute, and then the cooking time, change it to 10 minutes, and then hold the start button for 3 seconds. So I have a beef with this recipe. Nowhere does it say where to put the chicken stock cube in. If you look at 1, 2, onion and garlic, 3, olive oil, cook the onion, shrimp, and garlic, and then pour the cream, wine, water, and pasta. Nowhere does it tell you where to put the bouillon cube. So I'm going to put it in now. So I chucked that bouillon cube in about 5 minutes after I should have. But it all worked out in the end. It tasted fine, even though the recipe didn't say when to put it in. So I put the bouillon cube in at this point, but I advise putting it earlier, as I just showed you. So here we have some lovely steam coming out of our cooker as it cooks the last 5 minutes. And during that time, I took the time to chop up some chives for a garnish. So after cooking halfway through, replace the lid. If the mixture becomes too thick because of the pasta, add a little water. So season with white pepper and salt. Officially halfway through. Whoa! Oh yeah. Alright, so now it's starting to look thick like it's supposed to. You know what? I'm going to put the chives in, some of them. Now, why? Because I feel like it. Saved a little garnish. Alright. Okay, so it just dinged, and I realize now it says 1 minute of the keep warm stage, so it's probably cooked a minute more, and at this point I should have added a little bit of water. Later, tasting the pasta, it was somewhat dry. So the pasta is hot and it's ready to plate. I've got my salt and pepper and chive garnish ready to put on my finished plate, and I just wanted you to note, instead of the old model where it had those orange gloves, it now has little handles that are heat proof and they stay cool, so you can lift the pot out, which is awesome. So I'm just plating it up now and getting ready to, I'm just going to garnish it here with my chives, and then I'm going to dig right in. Salt. And pepper. Want to see the real life inspiration for pepper? That's my Scotty dog. Duncan! Hi, buddy. That's Duncan. Hello. So, also some pepper. I'm very excited to dig into this, and that is my first recipe done with the Philips Multicooker. All right, I plated up my leftovers, and you know what else is exciting about the Philips Multicooker? Look at that. You know that's gonna be easy cleanup, non-stick, nothing sticking whatsoever. Super easy cleanup. Okay, so now for the taste test, because that's what really matters, right? So let's just take a big old bite right here and see how this tastes. Oh, it's good. So I can tell you at that temperature or like timing, because I added a bit more pasta and I added more mushrooms in. The mushrooms are done, but not overdone, and the pasta is truly al dente. Like, it's not mushy and it's not hard. It's really good. So I'm about halfway through my pasta. I'm really full, but I'm realizing it's quite dry. So at the point in the recipe where it says add some more water if it's dry, I would go ahead and do that. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.